It is exactly 9 p.m. East African time. A very good evening to you wherever you're watching us from, and welcome to Hope TV Newswatch on this 27th day of May 2025. My name is Kennedy Kimani, and signing for us tonight is Boniface Murithi. Health services in Kiambu County face looming disruptions as doctors prepare to go on strike, citing stalled promotions, inadequate medical equipment, and all they describe as punitive transfers. The Kenya Medical Practitioners, Pharmacist and Dentist Union has confirmed the strike will begin following the lapse of a 21-day notice. The union is urging the county government to act swiftly and honor previous agreements to avoid a healthcare crisis.
The doctors that have gone on strike, it's the county that has gone on strike on you.
Foremost grievance with the county of Kiambu is the lack of promotion of our doctors dating up to 10 years back. The second utmost grievance is that Kiambu doctors has also resulted in punitive actions for doctors who raise questions as regards to their workplace. That is lack of proper equipment, a lack of medical cover. When a doctor raises such issues, they are transferred arbitrarily.
Our People's Liberation Party leader Martha Karua has brushed off criticism from Tanzanian lawmakers following her deportation alongside Kenyan activists from Tanzania. Karua dismissed the MP's remarks as baseless and beneath response, accusing them of undermining their own constitution. The incident, which has sparked regional debate, came after she was blocked from entering Tanzania, where she had planned to attend a civil society event.
A state that can openly violate its own constitution and laws, the laws of the region, international laws, is incapable of protecting the rights of its citizens, especially citizens charged with politically motivated cases like Tundu Lissu. And I have tagged all the necessary institutions. That suffices. We will not descend to their levels. It will not be sectional, and do not elevate that to be cleanliness.
Okay. Businessman Philip Aroko, a suspect in the murder of Kasipul Member of Parliament Ongondo Were, has been released on a cash bail of 300,000 shillings granted by the JKIA court. The court has ordered Aroko to surrender his passport and barred him from traveling to Homa Bay or contacting witnesses. The government asked the court to release him on the same conditions as before, with the case set for mention in 30 days.
Who are residents of Nairobi, and they shall each deposit a copy of their ID as well as half photograph, not small passport, half photo. The respondent is barred and prohibited from the following: in any way trying to access the witnesses, the victims, and the suspects being held in custody either by yourself or through proxy.
swiftly, and Kajiado West Member of Parliament George Sunkuya has been arrested by officers from the Ethics and Anti-Corruption Commission over claims he forged his Kenya Certificate of Secondary Education certificate. The arrest comes amid rising concern over fake academic papers in the public sector, a trend flagged at the 2025 National Ethics and Integrity Conference. Chief of Staff Felix Kosgei warned that such forgeries threaten the integrity and professionalism of Kenya's public institutions. Deputy President Kithure Kindiki has described the ongoing construction of the 749-kilometer Isiolo-Mandera road as a major boost for northern Kenya's economy. During an inspection visit on Tuesday, Kindiki emphasized that the new infrastructure will not only enhance connectivity within the region and to the rest of the country, but also strengthen trade links with neighboring Ethiopia and Somalia, unlocking significant economic opportunities.
Nimeongea na contractor, nimeongea na jamii ya hapa, nafikiri kila kitu inaendelea vizuri. Nimesema ya kwamba barabara hii itaboresha usalama, pia itaboresha uchumi wa sehemu hii ambao kwa muda mingi imebaki nyuma kwa sababu ya kukosa miundo msingi sana ya barabara, lakini vile vile miundo msingi ya stima na network ya simu ama miundo msingi wa simu. Kwa hivyo hii barabara itatusaidia kumaliza uhalifu na kupunguza visa vya uhalifu, aidha wizi wa ng'ombe ama wale ile maneno ya ugaidi ambao walikuwa wanatega mabomu katika barabara ya ardhi. Sasa hii lami itaangamiza hiyo utumizi wa barabara kwa njia hiyo.
Cabinet Secretary Alice Wahome has urged Kenyans to rally behind President William Ruto's housing agenda and the Social Health Authority, defending the initiatives against what she describes as unfair criticism. She has highlighted that these initiatives have the potential to transform lives and boost social welfare across the country.
He has always been with us. He has remained our Ebenezer. And that is because of the prayers of the faithful people, especially the women who have been interceding on behalf of the nation.
Women pray, things happen. When women pray, something changes. When women pray, things move. And it's not business as usual when women pray. When women prayed in Kenya in 2022, we had a peaceful election and peaceful transition.
A good project like SHA, like housing, can be made to look so bad by negative politics. And nobody is saying that things are perfect. What we are saying, can we rebuild and help the nation and the government and the president and his teams to deliver?
The judiciary has strongly condemned Senior Counsel Ahmed Nasir Abdullahi over what it terms as persistent attacks on judges through his social media platforms. Judiciary spokesperson Paul Ndemo has called on the Director of Public Prosecutions and the Law Society of Kenya to take disciplinary action, accusing the advocate of making serious and proven allegations against judicial officers. Ahmed Nasir, however, maintains that his claims specifically involve in a 4 million shillings bribe allegedly returned by a Supreme Court judge were based on instructions from a client. Ahmed Nasir has defended his statement on X, arguing that recovering bribe money is not a criminal act.
Despite these calls, Senior Counsel Ahmed Nasir has resorted to a campaign to disparage the judiciary, its leadership, and senior judges without making any formal complaint, leading us to conclude that he does not have any credible information and is simply besmirching the reputation of the judiciary and its leadership for his own undisclosed ends. This pattern of conduct is not only unbecoming and unprofessional of an advocate with the status of senior counsel, but potentially serves to erode public confidence in the judiciary and eventually undermine the rule of law, which is one of the ideals upon which our constitutional democracy is founded.
Now, the sickle cell disease burden is deepening in Western Kenya, with new figures from Kisii County revealing troubling rates among newborns. Health officials report that 14% of children tested carry the sickle cell trait, while 4% are already living with the disease. The Kisii Teaching and Referral Hospital is now managing nearly 300 patients, underscoring the growing strain on both medical resources and affected families.
Burden of sickle cell disease is on the rise, especially the western region, where 18% of children born are having sickle cell trait, and 4% of the children born in Western Kenya have sickle cell disease. This is in our backyard. It is not far from us. As Kisii County, our positivity is also high. The children that we've been screening through Afya Thabiti Sickle Cell Foundation, Federation of Kenya, and the Hemophilia Foundation, the support they've given us, we are getting to have 14% positivity on traits, sickle cell traits, and 4% positivity on sickle cell disease. This is a worrying trend which we don't need to bury our heads, but start discussing.
We are working closely with the community health promoters to sensitize wale watu mashinani wajue kama mtoto ako na ugonjwa wa selemundo anafaa kufanya nini.
Early detection is key, and to me, coming to this institution, Polytechnic, is a statement to say that young people now need to come out and make that decision and know their status.
Exactly 11 minutes past the top of the hour. Time now for a short break, but immediately after, I'll be back with the business and sports news. Stick around.
Hope TV is where you look and live, with an excellent selection of the best Christian programming consisting of local and international content, of inspirational stories, talk shows, Bible commentary, youth, health shows, children entertainment, contemporary gospel music, extended times of worship, live broadcast, news, movies, drama, Christian ministry programs, and so much more. Hope TV is another quality service from Christ is the Answer Ministries, with over 45% of authentic and credible local content every week. Hope TV is a sister station to Hope FM, Kenya's leading Christian radio station, with footprints across the country. Tune in to Hope TV, where you look and live.
Going back to the heart of worship.
Whether up the mountain or down the valley, we were created to worship God.
Enjoy carefully selected worship music every Wednesday all day long.
Oh, I will sing of the goodness of God.
We take it a notch higher with more worship music.
Every Wednesday
is Worship Wednesday.
Only on Hope FM. Listen and live.
Thank you for tuning in to Hope TV, your go-to channel for hope, inspiration, education, and wholesome entertainment. At Hope TV, we are committed to knowing God and making Him known through powerful media content. We truly value you and are dedicated to serving you better. For feedback, inquiries, or complaints, reach out via WhatsApp or SMS on 0708 222 323. Email us at customerexperience@hopefm.org. Hope TV, look and live.
You're watching Hope TV Newswatch. Now let's get down to business. And President William Ruto has reaffirmed his administration's commitment to revitalizing the coastal region's economy through key investments in agriculture, the blue economy and maritime development. Speaking at State House, Nairobi, during a meeting with leaders from Mombasa, Tana River, Kilifi, Lamu, Kwale and Taita Taveta, the head of state emphasized ongoing efforts to resolve historical land injustices, tackle the squatter crisis and fast-track the issuance of title deeds to local residents.
We must do something about the port of Mombasa to make it much more efficient. Imagine, we are making only 6 billion shillings. We can make 50 billion from Mombasa port. Why do you want us to make 6 billion when we can make 50? And we can employ more people. We can make the port much more efficient. We can connect the port to SGR. SGR will be making money. The port will be making money. We will be doing something better. We cannot discuss many things, if our economy is in shambles. So I'm very proud that today our economy, our currency is strong, our economy is good. And that is the reason why today we can now discuss how to build the roads. That is why we can even do the securitization, because we can go to the market and borrow at reasonable rates. There was no way we would have gone to the market if our economy had, if we had defaulted.
Africa Summit 2025 is officially underway in Diani, bringing together over 1,000 delegates from 24 countries in a landmark push towards Africa's digital transformation. The four-day event, which runs through Thursday, is spotlighting key issues like youth empowerment, digital inclusion, and policy harmonization across the continent.
A handful of AI companies will build real business and make massive gains. I am hoping that from these platforms, Africa will be the ones that will make the real gains as opposed to just looking at the West. That is just about it from me. I promise I will not bore you. I just want now to declare this summit officially opened. And we do not take our friends and partners for granted. We truly appreciate your presence here in Africa.
To some sporting action now, the NCBA US Kids Golf Spring season came to a close on Sunday at the Muthaiga Golf Club, where 167 young golfers aged between 5 and 18 competed in the Tour Championship, the final leg of the Junior Golf Series organized in partnership with the US Kids Golf and the Junior Golf Foundation Kenya. Capped off months of spirited competition aimed at developing Kenya's next generation of golf talent.
We are proud to be here with the kids finishing off the spring season, and it has been 8 good tournaments of 1,500 kids. So we're excited. I think we've seen the parents clapping and cheering on their kids. Daddy caddies today. I also learned that we have mommy caddies. I've not seen moms caddying for their kids. So very exciting, a continued growth of the investments we are doing on juniors in Kenya. And now, by the way, we've just ran juniors in Rwanda. So that means that we're going across the region, and we are meeting the sustainability commitments which we made in 2023 on changing the lives of young kids across East Africa. So we are very excited on what's happening.
This particular tournament was quite rough as I didn't play to my best, but I could have played a lot better than I wanted to. The whole season has been great so far. There's been a lot of competition, which has helped me to work harder and practice more in my game. But I had a good time in the season. I had lots of fun, and I'm really proud that I won today.
In Germany, where Erik ten Hag is set to return to the dugout after signing a 2-year deal to take charge of Bayer Leverkusen, Succeeding Xabi Alonso was taken over at Real Madrid. This marks Ten Hag's first role since parting ways with Manchester United in October last year, where he won both the Carabao Cup and the FA Cup, but was dismissed with the club languishing mid-table. The Dutchman steps into a side that claimed a domestic double last season under Alonso and finished second in the Bundesliga this season. With his eye on building an ambitious and competitive squad, Ten Hag is tasked with continuing the club's upward momentum, both domestically and in Europe. Only that, we come to the end of our news tonight. Many thanks to you for making time to watch Hope TV Newswatch. We really do appreciate the value of your time. On behalf of the amazing team that made this bulletin a success, have yourselves a blessed night. My name is Kennedy Kimani, and signing for us tonight has been Boniface Moredi.